When does time begin, and when does it end? As with many things, the answer is shrouded in mystery. Even its very existence is uncertain, sometimes argued to be nothing more than a concept of the mind to make sense of reality's infinite progression. Some maintain that it has always been, and it always will be. Others believe this idea is nonsensical. Everything has a beginning and an end, and as such, so must time. Perhaps there is a simpler answer. No one remembers the beginning of their actuality, and certainly nothing before it. No one remembers when they start to remember. They simply do. Perhaps it would be wiser to say that time is different for each individual, that it starts when you can first comprehend it, and ends when life leaves you. After all, does anything truly exist if there is no one to fathom it? I find my mind running rampant with these questions and arguments quite often these days as everything draws to a close. I'm not afraid of dying. I'm afraid of my death having meant nothing. Still, I can't help but wonder about the nature of time as it begins to run out for me. I've worked on far more difficult concepts in my lifetime, but this is the one whose answer consistently eludes me. If there's one thing I fear, it's the unknown. No, that's not right. I'm drawn to the unknown. I'm utterly fascinated by it. I've never hidden that I believe life's purpose to be the acquisition of knowledge for the betterment of all. The more we learn, the more we grow. And the more we grow, the more we learn. It becomes a self-sustaining cycle that fulfills one of our deepest desires, an intrinsic thirst for understanding. As time progresses, we would limit our mistakes from past experiences until we ascend to the pinnacle of creation, the very truth of life's iterations. Of course, my theory didn't account for differentiation. I made the gravest mistake possible, believing that all would adhere to a similar conclusion as the one I had come to, rather than spiraling into self-centrism, despite the fact that the latter has been proven innumerable times to be the simplest and easiest choice one can make. Every thinking individual becomes a variable in the equation, and I now realize that we were doomed to fail from the start. Perfection is unattainable for the simple fact that perfection is non-existent. But what then is our purpose, if not to strive for absolute truth? I loved the unknown because it allowed me to forge new pathways and ideas into the frontier of reality and life itself, a feeling I thought would be shared. Instead, I was alone in a sea of others who would rather have remained stagnant than make any conscious effort to recant the harm they've caused. And I will never understand why. So no, I don't fear the unknown. I fear that which refuses to make itself known. And it would be wise to remember the distinction.